Okay, back in Google Classroom, and I'm going to, as a tutor, create an assignment, and this time I'm just going to drop down to quiz assignment. So I could have done this in the first place, but I'm clicking on quiz assignment. Let's just call this, click in there, but click in the right place. Just call it quiz. So give it a title, give it some instructions there, and you'll notice this time we automatically have a blank quiz attached. So there's nothing on that quiz. It's empty, but it's just attached the blank one for me. I would ignore locked mode on Chromebooks. It just means that when they're doing the quiz on a Chromebook, you can lock the browser so that they can't, the learners can't go between any other screens to find the answers to the quiz. So it just locks the quiz as the only thing that they can do at that time when they're working on it. So ignore that feature. Because it's a quiz, we can import the grade. So it's assuming that you would give a grade for the questions that are answered, as it's this time defaulting to a quiz. So I'm going to say yes, import the grades into Google, just because we can do, and then we can assign that to the students. Just before I do that, let's just click on blank quiz, and you'll see this is the quiz. So nothing has been added. So what I need to do is, when I click on that, is start to add my questions. You'll notice this time in settings the quiz feature has been turned on. So you can see here that the grades can be released in a couple of ways. In the moment, it's immediately after they submit, they would get a response to telling them how they've done on the quiz. Or you can do it later after a manual review. So let's just go back to the questions. So start to add the questions. Because this is a quiz, we can click on the answer key, and we can specify and say which of the responses is the correct answer, and also you can allocate points per question as well. You can also add feedback if you wanted to, so maybe you could give some prompts in there for the feedback. So when I've done that for each of the questions, I would just say done. So you do that by going to the answer key, selecting the correct answer from your question, and then allocating some points as well for that for each of the questions. I don't have to do anything else. I can just, it says there, all changes are saved in Google Drive. Let's click on the Forms home, and you'll see there's the blank quiz ready to be distributed. If I go back to Classroom now, this time I'm going to go to the Assign button and assign this to the student. So just make sure that you've clicked on the quiz and you've added your content, your questions, otherwise you'll be assigning a blank quiz, which isn't really much use to anybody. Okay, so that's all that you need to do. Just click on there. So what I did was click on blank quiz. That opened the quiz for me. You can see it's picked up from where I left off. So I just keep adding my responses. I'm going to close down that tab though, and then I would assign that to the students. So click on assign. Again, I could go to not on there. I could go to a student view, back to the class home. There's the new assignment. So let's just click on that. Takes me straight to the assignment. There's the blank quiz, blankety blank. And there's only one option, so I'm going to click on option 1 and submit that, and then I've been graded. So I can then click open the assignment. That'll take me to the assignment that it confirms that it's been turned in, I could unsubmit and then resubmit, but normally you wouldn't want the students to do that. You'd just want them to have completed the form and submitted that form. And then when you go back in as a tutor and you go to Google Forms, go to your quiz, you'll notice then that you've got your responses. So I have one response. I could view that by individual. And I can see that they've got 5 points for selecting option 1, which wasn't difficult. And then if I'm happy with that, you can see there that you can release the score. So just a very basic look there at creating a quiz assignment in Google Classroom. Okay,